Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at AI and accessibility.
Oh, cool.
It's a really fascinating topic. AI has this incredible potential to really kind of level the playing field for learners with disabilities.
Yeah,
And I think it's something that we should all be really excited about.
for sure.
And we're actually dedicating this deep dive to Landon Dixon.
Okay.
Timon was telling me that he's like a real leader in the accessibility scene in Chicago. So
Wow, that's great.
yeah, shout out to Landon. So we've got three really great sources that we're going to be diving into today. One is all about helping educators understand and implement accessibility in their classrooms.
Okay.
Another explores the legal framework surrounding accessibility, especially in higher education.
Gotcha.
And then that last one is going to take us through all the latest AI technologies that are revolutionizing accessibility.
I'm excited.
Me too. So, it's interesting. We often think about accessibility as something that's just for people with disabilities.
Right.
But these advancements really benefit everyone.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, the rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing.
Exactly. So let's start with that first source, the accessibility playlist.
Okay.
What I really love about this one is that it starts with a self-assessment tool.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it helps educators figure out where they stand in terms of providing accessible content.
Okay.
It's kind of like a roadmap to better teaching practices.
I like that.
Yeah. So it prompts you to go through this checklist and mark items as either like in place or growth track.
Growth track. Okay.
And the growth track items are where the magic happens.
Gotcha.
They're linked to specific resources and knowledge areas, which creates this like personalized learning pathway for you.
Oh, that's cool. So it's like customized.
Totally. Yeah, it's like a choose your own adventure for professional development.
I like that.
Right. So let's say you're struggling with creating accessible visuals.
Okay.
Bam. There are links to resources on color contrast, fonts, alt text for images, all that good stuff.
That's super helpful.
Yeah, and it kind of shows you how something like alt text,
Yeah.
which is essential for people who use screen readers,
Right.
can actually also benefit students who learn best visually.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, sometimes just having that written description there
Yeah.
can help them grasp a concept even better.
Oh, so it's like it reinforces it.
Exactly. It's a win-win for everyone.
I love that.
Okay, so now buckle up because we're shifting gears to the legal landscape
Okay, bring on the law.
with the Higher Education Act document.
Ooh.
This one is a bit of a beast,
How long are we talking?
over 40 pages long.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But don't worry, we're not going to go through the whole thing.
Okay.
We're going to focus on the sections about accessibility,
Okay.
especially for students with disabilities.
Gotcha.
So this act basically outlines the federal government's support for higher education,
Mm-hmm.
both for the individuals pursuing degrees and for the institutions that are providing that education.
Okay.
What's really fascinating is that it's been amended multiple times. Most recently, in 2008.
So pretty recently.
Yeah. And this shows us that our understanding and approach to accessibility is constantly evolving.
It's not static.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing conversation.
Yeah.
A commitment to continuous improvement.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about students with disabilities.
Right.
The Act covers a range of programs and initiatives that aim to create a more equitable and inclusive education system as a whole.
Oh, wow. Like what?
Well, there's support for minority-serving institutions.
Mm-hmm.
There are programs like TRO that help low-income and first-generation students succeed.
Wow.
And even initiatives for students with intellectual disabilities.
That's amazing.
It really paints a picture of a future where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential,
Yeah.
regardless of their background or their circumstances.
That's what we want.
Exactly.
Okay.
Are you ready for the grand finale?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Let's dive into the world of AI.
Woohoo.
So our last source, the impact of AI in advancing accessibility for learners with disabilities. Okay, this one is a real game changer.
Okay. I'm ready.
This article boldly states that AI tools are creating more accessible, equitable, and inclusive learning experiences.
That's a bold statement.
It is.
Sure.
And they're not just talking the talk.
No.
They're walking the walk with some amazing examples.
I like it when people walk the walk.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of the examples that really blew me away was Fable.
Fable. Okay.
It's this AI-powered tool that can read children's picture books aloud.
Oh, cool.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't just read the words.
What does it do?
It adds in like expressive tones and inflections.
Oh, wow.
So it really brings the story to life for children who might not be able to see the illustrations.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and think about the impact that that has on literacy development.
Oh, yeah.
It makes it possible for visually impaired children to experience the joy of reading and develop those crucial language skills.
For sure. It's huge.
It is a game changer.
Yeah.
And it's not just about reading.
Okay.
There's another incredible tool called VisText. And this one is making complex charts and graphs accessible by generating detailed captions.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like unlocking a whole new level of understanding for visual learners.
That's awesome.
I know. It's like giving everyone a translator for the visual world.
I love that analogy.
Right?
Yeah.
Suddenly data and information that might have been completely inaccessible become clear and engaging.
It makes it so much more digestible.
Exactly. And it's not just for students either.
Oh, that's true.
Think about how this could revolutionize the way we present data in the workplace.
Oh, yeah.
Make information more digestible and impactful for everyone.
Totally. I'm already thinking about all the boring PowerPoint presentations I've sat through.
Me too. So many PowerPoint presentations that could use a dose of VisText.
Right. For real.
But it gets even cooler.
Okay, lay it on me.
The article talks about how museums are using AI-powered audio description tools to make their art collections accessible to people with visual impairments.
Oh, wow.
I know. Isn't that amazing?
That's really cool.
Yeah. So imagine experiencing a masterpiece, not just through sight, but through these rich, detailed audio descriptions that capture the nuances of color, texture, emotion.
It's like a whole other layer.
It is. It opens up a whole new dimension of appreciation.
For everyone.
For everyone. It's like AI is helping us see the world through different eyes.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's a great point.
It's incredible how this technology can bridge the gap between the visual and the auditory.
Yeah.
Making art and information more inclusive and engaging.
I love that.
And that's just the beginning.
Oh, wow.
We're just scratching the surface of what AI can do in the realm of accessibility.
Okay.
But before we get too carried away with all these amazing tools, let's take a step back and think about how AI is being used to support learners with a wide range of needs.
Okay, good point.
Right. It's not just about visual impairments.
Right.
AI is stepping up to the plate for so many different learning challenges.
Give me some examples.
Okay, so what really caught my eye was Microsoft's Be My AI.
Be My AI. Okay.
It acts like a virtual assistant for visually impaired learners.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it can answer questions about images.
Okay.
Help them navigate their surroundings.
So practical.
Super practical. And it's not just about those practical tasks.
Okay.
Be My AI can also describe emotions and social cues.
Oh, wow.
Which helps visually impaired individuals better understand social interactions.
That's so important.
Right. It's like AI is becoming a bridge to social inclusion.
It is.
And then there's Goodwin University.
Okay.
They're using AI for note-taking and brainstorming to support neurodivergent students.
Neurodivergent.
Yeah. So for those who aren't familiar with the term,
yeah,
neurodivergent refers to individuals whose brains function differently from what's considered typical.
Okay.
This includes people with ADHD, autism, dyslexia,
gotcha,
other learning differences.
Okay.
So by using AI to provide that personalized support, Goodwin University is helping these students overcome their challenges and thrive in the classroom.
That's awesome.
It is. It's about creating a learning environment that caters to different learning styles and preferences.
Right.
Making education more inclusive and equitable.
Love it.
And then there's this heartwarming story about ZB.
ZB?
Yeah, it's a robot that helps students with disabilities improve their social skills.
Oh, wow, a robot.
I know.
Right.
It's a great example of how AI can go beyond those cognitive tasks.
Yeah.
And support social and emotional development.
For sure.
So by interacting with CB students, learn how to interpret social cues, practice conversation skills, and build confidence in social situations.
I love that.
It's a beautiful reminder that technology can be a powerful tool for fostering human connection.
Absolutely.
And empathy.
Yeah.
But let's not forget about the unsung heroes behind the scenes.
Okay, who are you talking about?
The developers and engineers who are working tirelessly to make all of this possible.
Oh, yeah.
So AI tools are actually making it easier for developers to create accessible content from the ground up.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so imagine a world where every website, every app, every digital resource is designed with inclusivity in mind.
Wow, that would be amazing.
I know.
Right?
And it's becoming a reality thanks to AI-powered tools.
I'm excited.
Me too. And here's the best part. This incredible technology isn't just for students.
Okay.
It has the potential to transform accessibility in every aspect of our lives.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
So imagine workplaces, healthcare settings. even social interactions becoming more inclusive and accessible thanks to AI.
Oh, that's a great point.
Yeah, that's where Steve Jobs' vision comes in.
Okay, Steve's job.
You know how he saw the personal computer as a bicycle for the mind?
Oh, yeah, I love that quote.
Me too.
Right.
Well, AI and accessibility is like turbocharging that bicycle.
Okay.
It's not just about making things easier.
Right.
It's about empowering people to achieve things that they never thought possible.
That's powerful.
It is. It's about pushing the boundaries of human potential and creating a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive.
Wow. I love that.
Me too.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's pause and reflect on what we've learned so far.
Sounds good.
We've seen how AI is being used to create incredibly innovative tools that address a wide range of accessibility challenges.
Yeah.
From reading picture books to navigating complex data visualizations.
That's true.
It's an incredibly dynamic and inspiring field.
It is.
But with great power comes great responsibility.
Oh, it's true.
In the next part of our deep dive, we'll delve into some of the ethical considerations and challenges that come with integrating AI into accessibility.
Okay.
So we'll explore how we can ensure that this technology is used responsibly and equitably to benefit everyone.
Right, because we don't want it to backfire.
Exactly. We want to make sure it's used for good.
For sure.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break.
Can't wait.
Me neither.
Okay. Welcome back to our deep dive into AI and accessibility.
Yeah, before the break, we were geeking out over all these amazing AI tools that are making learning more accessible. Right. We saw how AI can read picture books aloud, with expression.
Yeah.
And unlock the secrets of complex charts and graphs, and even help students practice their social skills.
It's really remarkable how AI is leveling the playing field.
It is, and it's not just about making things accessible for people with disabilities.
Right.
These advancements benefit everyone.
I was thinking about that, like with VisText.
Yeah.
Making those charts and graphs accessible can actually help everyone understand that complex information better.
Totally.
It's like translating data into plain English.
Precisely. It's about making information more digestible and engaging for all learners.
And think about the audio descriptions for museum exhibits.
Yeah.
That's not just for people with visual impairments.
Right.
It's like having a personal tour guide, enriching the experience for everyone.
It's about opening up new dimensions of appreciation and understanding. It's fascinating how AI is blurring the lines between accessibility and universal design.
Yeah, it's like accessibility is becoming the new normal, which is awesome.
It is.
But, with all this talk about the benefits,
Yeah.
I'm curious about the challenges.
Okay.
What are some of the hurdles we need to overcome to make sure that AI is truly inclusive and equitable?
That's a great question. One of the biggest challenges is ensuring that AI systems are designed and implemented responsibly.
Okay.
We need to be mindful of potential unintended consequences.
Like what kind of consequences? Give me an example.
We'll take AI-powered assessment tools, for instance.
Okay.
These tools can be incredibly helpful in identifying students' strengths and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're not designed carefully,
Yeah.
they could end up reinforcing existing biases or even creating new ones.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like if the training data for the AI is skewed towards a particular demographic,
Right.
it might misinterpret the responses of students from different backgrounds.
Exactly. So it's crucial to make sure that the data used to train these systems is diverse and representative of the populations they're meant to serve.
That makes perfect sense. And it highlights how important it is to have diverse voices involved in the development of AI.
Oh, for sure.
From the engineers who write the code to the educators who are using the tools in the classroom.
Absolutely. We need to make sure that the people creating and implementing these technologies reflect the diversity of the people they're intended to benefit.
It's about inclusivity at every level.
Yes.
And what about the students themselves?
Okay.
How can we make sure that they're empowered to use these tools effectively?
That's another critical piece of the puzzle. We need to provide students with the training and support they need to understand how these tools work.
Yeah.
How to use them responsibly, and how to advocate for their own needs.
It's about digital literacy, right?
Precisely.
Equipping students with the skills to navigate the digital world safely and confidently.
And it's not just about those technical skills.
Okay.
It's also about critical thinking skills.
Oh, okay.
Students need to be able to evaluate the information they're getting from AI systems, to discern fact from fiction,
Yeah.
and to understand the limitations of these technologies.
So it's not just about teaching students how to use the tools.
Right.
It's about teaching them how to think critically about the
Yeah.
tools.
Yes.
How to question the information they're getting and how to use them ethically.
Exactly. It's about empowering students to be informed and responsible users of AI.
That's a powerful idea. So we've talked about the challenges of responsible design, data bias, digital literacy.
Yeah.
Are there any other hurdles that we need to be aware of?
Another challenge is ensuring that these technologies are accessible to everyone.
Wait, that sounds counterintuitive.
I know, right?
We're talking about using AI to promote accessibility,
Mm-hmm.
but we need to make sure that the AI itself is accessible.
Exactly.
You mean like making sure that the user interfaces are designed for people with different disabilities?
Yes. For example, if a student is visually impaired, they need to be able to use a screen reader to navigate the AI tool. Or if a student has a motor disability, they might need alternative input methods.
So it's like a double layer of accessibility.
It is.
The AI needs to be accessible so that it can then be used to create more accessible learning experiences for everyone.
Exactly. And it's not just about the technical aspects, it's also about affordability and availability.
That's a great point. We can't assume that everyone has access to the latest and greatest AI tools.
Right.
We need to make sure that these technologies are affordable and accessible to schools and individuals with limited resources.
That's why open source initiatives are so important.
Yeah.
When these tools are freely available, it removes a huge barrier to entry and allows more people to benefit from them.
That's fantastic. It sounds like there's a lot of work to be done to ensure that AI is truly inclusive and equitable.
There is.
But it also feels incredibly hopeful.
It does.
Like we're on the cusp of something truly transformative.
It is hopeful. The potential of AI to create a more inclusive and accessible world is immense.
Yeah.
But we need to be thoughtful and intentional about how we develop and implement these technologies.
It's like we're navigating uncharted territory.
Yeah.
There's so much potential.
Right.
But we need to proceed with caution. Make sure we're not leaving anyone behind.
It's about striking that balance between innovation and responsibility.
So where do we go from here?
Okay.
What are some concrete steps that educators and institutions can take to promote accessibility and inclusivity in their learning environments?
That's a great question, and one we'll delve into in the next part of our deep dive. We'll explore some practical strategies and resources that educators can use to harness the power of AI for good.
I'm excited to hear more. Stay tuned, folks, because we're about to get practical. Welcome back to the deep dive. You know, we've been on quite a journey exploring the world of AI and accessibility.
Yeah, it's been really fascinating to see how AI is breaking down those barriers and creating these more inclusive learning experiences and like pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Totally. From those AI-powered reading tools that bring stories to life to virtual assistants that help people navigate the world.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It really is.
But, like we talked about before, it's super important to approach all this technology with a good dose of caution, too.
Right. Enthusiasm's great. But we also need to make sure that AI is being used ethically and responsibly.
Absolutely, so that everyone can benefit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears a bit and talk about what educators and institutions can actually do to promote accessibility in those learning environments.
Okay, so where do we even begin?
That's a great question. I think the first step is really a mindset shift.
Okay, a mindset shift.
Yeah, so we need to move away from thinking about accessibility as an afterthought,
Okay.
like something we just tack on at the end.
Right. Go
It
ahead.
needs to be baked into everything we do from the very beginning.
So it has to be like part of the design process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whether we're talking about the physical space of a classroom,
Yeah.
the structure of a curriculum, the digital tools we use.
It's about designing for inclusivity right from the start.
Exactly. And that starts with understanding the diverse needs of our learners. We need to be aware of the different types of disabilities,
Okay.
the challenges they present,
Yeah,
and the accommodations that can help students succeed.
that makes sense.
And that's where our first source, the accessibility playlist, is really helpful.
Right.
It provides that framework for educators to assess their own understanding of accessibility
Okay.
and identify areas where they need to grow.
I like that. And it links those growth track items to practical resources and tools and strategies
It does.
that educators can actually use.
Exactly. So, for example, if you're teaching online,
Okay.
the playlist might point you to resources on creating accessible videos or documents or presentations.
Gotcha.
But if you're teaching in person,
Yeah.
it might give you tips on making your classroom more inclusive for students with physical disabilities.
So it covers a lot.
It does. It's all about empowering educators to create those learning environments that are truly welcoming and supportive for all students.
That's awesome.
And speaking of empowerment, the Higher Education Act document really highlighted the legal framework surrounding accessibility.
Right.
Institutions need to be aware of those requirements and make sure they're meeting them.
Absolutely, but it's not just about compliance.
Right.
It's about going beyond that and creating a culture of accessibility where everyone feels valued and supported.
Yeah, it's about making sure that accessibility is woven into the fabric of the institution.
I love that analogy.
And this is where AI can play a huge role.
Okay, how so?
As we saw in that third source, AI tools can help us create more accessible content. They can provide personalized support to learners with disabilities.
Yeah.
And even design learning environments that adapt to individual needs.
That's amazing.
We saw some great examples like Fable making picture books come alive for visually impaired children, or Vistext unlocking those complex charts and graphs for everyone.
It's incredible how AI can really personalize that learning experience.
Yeah, it's like having a personal tutor for every student.
Totally.
Tailoring the content and the delivery to their specific needs and preferences.
It's exciting to think about how AI can help us create those learning environments where every student can thrive.
I agree. Regardless of their abilities or disabilities.
It's a powerful vision, but as we embrace all these new technologies, we have to stay grounded in our values too.
Right. It's not enough to just throw AI at the problem and hope for the best.
We need to be intentional and thoughtful about how we're using it.
And make sure that it's being used ethically and responsibly.
Absolutely. That means addressing potential biases, protecting data privacy, and making sure these tools are accessible to everyone.
It's a big responsibility. You know, we're shaping the future of AI in a way that benefits all learners.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is. But it's exciting too. So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
what's the one key message you want our listeners to take away?
I think the biggest takeaway is that accessibility isn't just about accommodating specific needs.
Okay.
It's about creating a better learning experience for everyone. When we design for inclusivity, we all benefit.
It's a win-win situation, and it reminds us that accessibility is a shared responsibility.
Yeah, we need to be thinking about this and working towards it together.
So whether you're an educator, a student, a parent, or just someone who's passionate about learning, I really encourage you to keep exploring this world of AI and accessibility.
It's constantly evolving and changing, so there's always something new to learn.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the deep dive.
This was a great conversation.
It really was.